Well, Lynn, here we are then, the start of another Premiership season. Just how are you feeling going into the weekend?
Yeah, very excited. Look, it's crazy to think that we're into back playing already. We've had a good short pre-season. It's been 5-week pre-season for us, and there's going to be a lot of pathway girls playing in our fixture on Sunday, and very excited for these girls to have an opportunity.
Yeah, ahead of the new season, we've made a number of exciting new signings. What can you say about the new acquisitions?
Yeah, look, there's some great signings there. I think you're looking at someone like Jade Sheckles coming from the Olympics. I was really impressed with her. I liked her as a player, definitely coming from Worcester. And then sadly, we all know what happened there. But she's going to be a real excitement in our back line. I think Charlie Woodman has been training very well for us. It'll be great to see her. And then seeing the likes of Julian Bogue coming across the pond after WXV is very exciting too.
Yeah, and obviously with all the players we've got away, that depth is going to be hugely useful for us.
Yeah, very useful, and you look at, I think a lot of our success came from the last 2 years is the strength and depth that we have got, but it's just making sure that they are match ready when they come into us. And I know that the pathway girls are playing for Hartpury University or our sister club within Cheltenham Tigers, which is great, and these girls need to be match ready.
Exeter this weekend, what can we expect from them?
Yeah, look, Exeter, they've got some players away. They're going to be playing some youngsters. They've got some real quality there as well. Exeter will bring that physicality into them, and very well drilled. Susie's coaching team, they'll be very well drilled team. Defensively, they'll be very coming off the line really hard. And look, we're excited and see where we can go from there.
Yeah, and with the number of players we've got away, it'll be a great chance for some of the new girls to kind of step up and put their hands up.
Yeah, it is, and this is what I'm seeing these next 2 Power Up games for us is giving these girls opportunities. I think it's great that individuals like Steph Else and Pip Hendy have had Red Roses exposure, and we can get them playing in these games and taking that experience from the Red Roses and bringing it into these Power Up games is amazing. And having the likes of, we're missing Catherine Buggy, Rachel Lund this weekend because they're away with the Barbarians. But it gives some of these other girls some great opportunities. Like I just said, I'm really excited to see Ellie Green have a good run out coming from Trailfinders, but also Charlie Woodman has been electrifying in training. So very excited to see those individuals come out.
Yeah, in previous years, we've had lots of first 15 players come through these pre-season tournaments and really develop their games and put themselves in a good position going forward. Is that something you've kind of tried to get across to the team, that these games are a real good chance to kind of accelerate your career?
Yeah, they definitely are. Look, and if these girls have been training hard for the last 5 weeks, and it's all about that Gloucester Hartpury way and how we want them to be training, and they've got to have an opportunity in playing as well. And I know they're not going to be the finished article, but that's why we're here as a coaching team, to make them better players and fit that Gloucester Hartpury way. So yeah, give them an opportunity, and we know we can be working with these players.
Yeah, of course, that's the kind of the objective of these pre-season tournaments, to give players that exposure, isn't it?
It definitely is, and having different players around them, better players with them as well, and see how they go, and working on these combinations. It's what Power Up for me is all about.
Yeah, and obviously it's not the only rugby going on this weekend. Red Roses versus France at Kingsholm. Chances are there's going to be a large Gloucester Hartpury representation there. How excited are we for that?
Yeah, amazing. To see some of these girls playing for Gloucester Hartpury in the crowd. They love the crowd, but for those Gloucester Hartpury girls to put on the England jersey and playing out there in Kingsholm with the Gloucester crowd is pretty special. And you're right, let's fingers crossed that there is a real big Gloucester Hartpury contingent out there. And I think it'll be a really exciting game. You're looking at France, New Zealand, semi-final, final, maybe in a year's time. That's what you could be looking at. So I think you've got, in the next 2-3 weeks with the Red Roses, you've got 2 quality games coming up.
Yeah, and for players like Pip Hendy, Georgia Brock, Steph Else and Mia Venner as well, getting the recall, as their first experience in an England camp. After the season they've had, how deserved is that?
Oh, it's amazing. I think the work that they're putting in off the field, and then that performance when they're on it is, you know, something special. And I think it's well deserved for them to go into that Red Roses camp, and hopefully they can get something out of it as well.
Does it surprise you at all how much they've developed and, you know, the kind of players they are now?
No, not really. I think someone, you know, you've just named all those 4 players there, and the big thing for me is they work. All of them just work hard, you know, and they're very different in their way. And the highlight for me within that is when we had the final in Kingsholm, I had to have a conversation with one of those players that they weren't going to be in the squad. On that individual then, the following year, took on everything on board what I was talking about, and she starts in the final down in Sandy Park, and now she's into the Red Roses camp. And I think that is sometimes what sport is about. Is it's amazing when you're on your high, but when you don't get selected, when things aren't going your way, it's about what can you do and what can you change. So that epitomizes what some of these girls are about, and it's a lovely little story from there. So
yeah, definitely. And just back to Gloucester Hartpury now, you know, an incredible season last year, building on what was already an incredible season the year previous. You know, just as a head coach, you know, you must be immensely kind of proud looking at the last 2 years.
Yeah, look, I'm very proud. I'm very proud of the players. I'm very proud of the staff, everyone around it, and you know, and we want to still be moving forward. Those are the big messages for us. Is we're not going to stand still. We as a club are still moving forward. Staff, players, everyone, because people will keep saying it that we've got a big target on our back. Yeah, we definitely have got a big target on our back, and that's why we've still got to be moving forward in everything we do, on the pitch and off the pitch.